Despite having so many colonial Assassin's Creed games, there are still so many blanks that need to be filled. Now in this video we are going to be asking a question that may or may not revolve around one of these blanks, and that question is, did Connor hunt Shay? Or vice versa. Makes sense, right? Connor's a colonial assassin, Shay Cormac basically thwarted the colonial assassins and sent them back to square one. Connor came a little bit after this, so that's why he wasn't killed along with the other colonial assassins, because he wasn't an assassin yet. But by the time he is an assassin, he is a very deadly one. And as far as we're aware, Shay is still alive at this point. And Connor essentially undid the Templars in a similar way to how Shay undid the assassins in Assassin's Creed Rogue. So there's plenty of grounds in which a confrontation could happen. But did one happen? I don't think so. So let's look at it from Shay's perspective to start off with. So, like I said in a previous video, I do not believe Shay had any reason to go after Connor. He was probably both too busy with other assignments from Templars, or simply staying out of the way of Connor because Connor's actions aren't affecting people in the same way that the assassins did in Assassin's Creed Rogue. As a result of this, I do not believe Shay truly cared nor wanted to be involved in stopping Connor, because to be fair, I don't really think Shay was fully on board with the Templars. He is a Templar, he follows their beliefs, he carries out their will, but when it comes down to it, all Shay really wanted to do in Assassin's Creed Rogue was make sure that the assassins didn't hurt civilians. So I wouldn't think really that hunting and facing Connor would really be on Shay's priority list. Now let's take a look at Connor and look at his potential reasons or lack of reasons for hunting Shay. So in the events of Assassin's Creed 3, we see Connor cut through Templar after Templar, just killing them because they are Templars, it seems, because some of them seem to have noble causes. The other ones, not so much, fair enough. But towards the end of the game, Connor starts to see through HATEFUL in a way, if not only briefly, the good side to the Templars, the side of the Templars that aren't inherently evil as far as the assassins are concerned. So come the end of Assassin's Creed 3 and the events thereafter, where I do believe that if Connor were to face Shay, that's where it would happen after the game in which we play as Connor, I do believe that Connor wouldn't have any direct interest in simply killing Templars because they are Templars. And since Shay doesn't stand in the way of the freedom in the colonies as far as we're aware, Connor wouldn't have any reason to hunt or kill or in any way interact with Shay. And like I said for Shay, since Connor does not want to go after these precursor sites and start messing with the world, I do believe that Shay doesn't care much as to what Connor's getting up to. Okay, maybe getting about killing his Templar friends is a bit on the what the heck man stop side, and he probably might hunt him for that, but I do not believe that Shay truly cares too much about Connor's actions, as they are not harming people, supposedly. But there are reasons for both to face down with one another. So, for example, Shay is a Templar, Connor is an assassin. Shay killed loads of assassins, Connor killed loads of Templars. Some of these Templars were probably friends of Shay's. So there's plenty of grounds for a confrontation to take place and not seem too out of place. But there is one thing that I haven't mentioned yet which holds Connor back from Shay entirely. He doesn't know he exists, to our knowledge. In the events of Assassin's Creed 3, we do not hear or even see any reference to Shay in any way whatsoever. Not by name, and definitely not in a way in which Connor would know who Shay was. In Assassin's Creed 3 as well, every character who knew Shay dies. And before they do die, none of them mention to Connor anything about Shay. Of course, as far as we're aware. But to our knowledge, Connor does not directly know about Shay, and he has no reason to. So Connor hunting Shay is essentially out the window at this point, but the question also encompasses vice versa, and as we know, in the ending of Assassin's Creed Rogue, Connor is mentioned by name, so we know that Shay knows about Connor and his activities in the colonies. So it is entirely possible that Shay could hunt Connor, but like I said in my first point, I do not believe that Shay has any reason to, besides from payback for killing all of his Templar friends, or at least some of them. And you could argue that Shay might possibly die at some point after we see him in 1776, but I do believe that because he supposedly trained Cudgel Cormac, he lived at least until the turn of the 19th century. So Shay's knocking about, probably returns to New York at some point, and Connor's knocking about in the same area, so a confrontation is entirely possible, but to my knowledge it didn't occur, and didn't have substantial reason to. But of course anything is possible, and new events could cause these two to clash. Maybe we'll see it in a comic somewhere or something like that in the future. That would be pretty cool actually. But if any assassin were to finally get Shay, I'd say it would probably have to be Arno. Although I do believe that no assassin should get Shay, and Shay should just live a nice peaceful life and die of old age or whatever. But thank you all for watching, I hope you enjoyed. Please do let me know what you think down in the comment section. Be sure to go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, share, comment, and I will see you all in the next one with another video at some point.